Here we have a new 2025 Explorer conversion van. This one comes in the limited SC trim level. This is sitting on a Transit 250 mid-roof chassis. So pretty decked out, all-wheel drive. This color is Oxford white, and then we have gray quilted leather interior done by Explorer. The powertrain consists of that 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6 made with a 10-speed automatic transmission. And this is probably my favorite Transit build just because of the mid-roof and what you get there. Now to the front end, we do get our LED daytime running lights. We have high intensity discharge headlamps, and then we have our halogen fog lights. But I love these vans. They're so modern, sophisticated feeling over some of the other conversion vans you can get. I'm gonna let you all look at the window sticker up front, but a huge shout out to Conversion Van Land for allowing me to review this vehicle today. The van man over there really does his thing, getting these out, making sure that they're all converted very nicely. But Mike Castrucci Chevrolet here in Milford, Ohio. You can get some of the best conversion vans on the market here. And they're really cool. Now I'm gonna start from the front here. So I'm gonna save the best for last, but we're gonna show off the blinkers. And we're gonna come around to the front. We do get them in the side mirrors, which is nice. And then down here we get our 16-inch aluminum wheels. Fuel filler. Now to the door panel here, we get an express down window on the driver's side, and then a regular power window on the front passenger. Power door lock controls are here. We get our power folding mirrors that have blind spot monitors in them. And then we have our headlamp controls, fog lights, auto brake hold, and then our electronic parking brake there, bottle holder, and then the release for your hood right there. We also get a manual tilt telescoping steering wheel. That's the release there. You get a USB-C and a 12 volt. I believe that USB-C connects directly to your radio. And then here's your power driver's seat with two-way power lumbar support. But let's hop in here. Get some of this air. It's a little hot out today. Leather wrap steering wheel, which is a nice touch. There's the horn. Now over here to the infotainment system, we do have our single zone automatic climate controls that are built into the radio itself. We have that sync system, so we get AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth, wireless CarPlay, and Android Auto compatibility. Those are in your apps here. And then we have our features where we can go in here and go through the drive modes. You also have a button down here below as well if you want to use that. But normal, eco, slippery, tow haul, and mud ruts. One of the cool things about having the all-wheel drive system is you're able to take on a few terrains here. And then in your settings, you can go in here and adjust your units of measurement, your language, and then you have your software updates, Wi-Fi hotspot. And I love that we have the little menu on the side as well. You kind of see the navigation and all that there. Now there's your backup camera. And the guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. You can even see what door is open, which is pretty cool. And then we also have our front cameras. We'll hit this camera button here. It's not wanting to do it, but you have that front camera. It might be because the hood's open, but you have the front camera as well. Hazards, USB-A 12 volt, 2 bottle holders. And then for the shifter, just hit the brake, pull down, reverse, neutral drive. Then you have that manual mode. Then you can manually shift right here, and you can see what gear you're in that bottom left-hand corner of the digital part of the gauge cluster. Our bottle holders are here. You have a cooler box. This is from Explorer. Nice touch. You have a pocket up top. Well, in the front there, excuse me. And there's a look at the back from up here. So we're gonna get to that here in a minute. Lights here, rear AC controls, the lighting for the back. Then you have a drop down visor and the vanity mirrors there as well. Now in the gauge cluster here, that digital part, you can scroll through that, go through those options by using these buttons right here. You have your voice recognition, track list, radio station presets you can go through, and then the adaptive cruise can be turned on there. Adjust the gap for that, cancel, set the speed, and then you have a limiter as well. Volume controls, including a mute. Left side stalk blinkers, lane keeping system, and then over here you have your intermittent wiper controls. But let's go ahead and get to why we are here after we look at the engine. Now again, we do get that 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6, so that's a twin turbo V6. And then to the front passenger seat, you get that power adjustability with two-way lumbar support as well. Bottle holder there, lockable glove compartment. It's actually two bottle holders over there. But here is the interior. Love this. So first and foremost, you get 4 captain's chairs. Each of them have lower latch anchors for your car seats, as well as the top tether right there, which is a big plus for me when I'm looking at a vehicle like this. Seat back pockets everywhere. Now let's get to the good part. If I can get it to come on. It's a smart TV. You get the JBL surround sound system, and then you can set that up. So YouTube, Netflix, whatever, as long as you have that Wi-Fi connection, you're good to go. The remotes are here. 2 illuminated bottle holders and a wireless charging pad on this side. Storage here, mostly for headphones, so wireless headphones are throughout. You have a wireless charging pad here, 3-prong household plug-in, 12-volt HDMI, and you can use all that to hook up your Xbox, PlayStation, whatever. TV speakers, you can turn those on or off, and then you do have that Blu-ray player below. Now, 9-passenger setup here, which I like. And then this back seat does fold into the sofa. I'll show you that in a minute. But when it's an actual sofa, I mean, you really can lounge around in here. I love that. You get 4 bottle holders that are illuminated and a wireless charging pad on both sides here. And if that wasn't enough power for you, you do get 2 USB-A ports down below on either side there. And then you even have a little storage tray on this side to hold the remotes if you want to be in this seat. And then even having the headphones, the hangers right there, awesome. Have storage, you have 3 different storage trays, and then a 4th one back here. Nice LED light. I mean, these things are crazy. They really are. Love them. But before we go on the test drive, let's go ahead and check out this sofa bed. And I mean, they do such a good job with these, making these the ultimate road trip warrior, so everyone stays entertained from the back. And if you want to camp or something like that, you do have that option of laying that down, or even if you want to take a quick power nap in a parking lot, you can do that. But there's a sofa when it's folded up, and then you can actually scoot it forward and back, but I always want to make sure it's back, and then hit that down button so it can fold all the way. And then you're good to go. Now, I will say this is mostly meant for the kids. My big self really couldn't fit on that. If I scooted those 3rd row seats up a little bit and then maybe prop my leg up, I could do it, but I'm pretty long. And then storage pockets throughout here as well. And then you can even close the blinds up here if you want to get some shut eye, because you can't really see through the back window anyway because of the tint. But this is made to be, again, the ultimate road warrior. And I guess the next question is, how does it drive when you're taking on those long road trips? So next, let's go ahead and take this 2025 MidRoof Transit 250 out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive here in this Transit 250, very smooth pickup. I like having the EcoBoost V6. You can just, on the lower end, when you give it a little throttle, you can feel the turbos kind of spool up. And it just makes it a bit more exhilarating to drive, but it really helps get up to speed. where we're not really used to that in these bigger conversion vans, specifically the Expresses, the GMC Savannahs. When you need power, you got them, but you're getting a lot from that naturally aspirated V8, as opposed to the twin turbos and the 10-speed here really doing the grunt of the work, getting this thing up to speed, but also being relatively fuel efficient. Now for the van itself, I really like the mid-roof because it feels a bit less, I guess, strenuous on you. So if you're a little uncomfortable driving a longer wheelbase vehicle, you know, this doesn't drive like the longest Sprinter. It doesn't drive like a Chevy Express. It's kind of more like an Expedition feel to it. It's still a conversion van, don't get me wrong, but again, I feel like this drives more like an Expedition than it does the outgoing E-Class cargo vans. So Ford did a great job kind of sticking with the Transits, making them as capable as the competition when it comes to the Chevy GMC Sprinters. And it's overall very refined in terms of how it feels behind the wheel. It's pretty quiet in here. I like that it's not as stiff in the ride as you might expect from a conversion van. It just feels right. All right, here we go. And then just having that manual mode is a huge plus. It's fun to drive, but it's also relatively quick. But I want to give a huge thanks once again to Conversion Van Land for allowing me to review this vehicle today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and then I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But the Van Man usually has some of the best pricing on this. There are always sales going on, and there's a reason he's the #1 in the nation when it comes to selling these Explorer conversion vans. Best price and really the best builds in my opinion. But again, I like the Transit platform because it's twin turbocharged V6, pretty quick, relatively agile, I think, over an Express. But again, it depends on what you're wanting to give up for what you're giving up. I do think the Express, you're able to really deck that out because it is a heavy duty, a traditional V8, just basically a truck on as a van chassis. Whereas these Transits, they're pretty tough, but I wouldn't necessarily put them in that same realm as an Express 2500 with this Transit 250 here. But overall, I feel like this one's easier to drive, especially if you're coming from a traditional SUV. Not really a learning curve here. It's longer, but other than that, I mean, it drives, again, like an Expedition, to me at least. But also, when you take bumps in these, I don't want to say it's as smooth as the Express, but it's pretty good. It's about neck and neck. And again, this one it has more of a, I feel like you won't get tired of driving this as opposed to the Express. If you're used to driving the Express vans, you won't want anything else. But if you're coming from an Expedition Max or something, I feel like this will feel more at home and it won't feel as cumbersome down the road. But again, that's just all my opinion. With that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 Explorer conversion Ford Transit 250.